Recently, I have realized a trend on the gaming market. A lot of indie games and AA games are striving. Games like Palworld, Helldivers 2, and Enshrouded are exploding in the gaming community, and everyone talks about them, and they're also generating a shit ton of money. Yet a lot of AAA games are on the opposite side of the spectrum. They're failing, they're dying even, you can say. I mean, don't get me wrong, a big part why AAA games are failing is because they don't put effort and passion into their games anymore. They used to, but they don't do that anymore. Indie companies, on the other hand, put all their skills and effort into making a game because they realize that they are a small company, and to get big and generate money in this industry, you have to make good games and not shitty live service garbage whose only sole purpose is to generate money. AAA companies like EA, Activision, and Ubisoft doesn't seem to care about their games anymore. They only care about the money they're making in the games they make. A good example of this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is a $70 game with a repetitive content with heavy monetization inside of the game. The fact that you have to pay $70 for a game and then pay more money for the cosmetic that costs $40 is just straight up fucking ridiculous. And it's not just COD that are doing these greedy business practices. Games like Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is a live service game, yet it doesn't need to be one. Skull and Bones, the newest Ubisoft game that is currently being shitted on by the whole gaming community for being such a shitty ass game, that is also regarded as the first quadruple A game, is also a live service bullcrap. Now, I think a lot of these new live service games are inspired directly by Fortnite and the money that they're generating. They want to get a piece of that pie. But I don't think they fully understand why Fortnite is so successful with their monetization. Fortnite is a free to play game. You don't need money to play the game. It's $0. And the contents inside the game are good and also a lot. They keep coming with new season and contents like every 2 months now. So when Epic asks their players to buy cosmetics from the Fortnite item shop using real money, players are willing to give their money because it's a form of support and donation for the developers that put their hard work into making the contents inside the game. It's a win-win situation. Fortnite also put effort on making their cosmetics genuinely look cool and unique instead of just changing color palettes. Fortnite has also collaborated with every fucking IP known to man now. They have done collaboration with God of War, goddamn Naruto, Halo, and even fucking Attack on Titan. Your favorite character probably has their own skin on Fortnite now. But games like COD and the Suicide Squad are already paid games, $70 in fact, and the contents inside the game are straight up repetitive garbage. COD is a repetitive arcade shooter with weird zombie mode that doesn't even look fun. I mean, they used to be fun. I really enjoy Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 zombies and even Cold War zombies, but now it's this open world zombie with Warzone map that looks boring, empty, and soulless. The campaign of Modern Warfare 3 is also only like 2 hours long or something. And Suicide Squad is a repetitive looter shooter game with server problems. Even their cosmetics are not as good as the cosmetics that Fortnite is pumping out. It's honestly crazy to think about that the developers of these games used to release genuinely good games that we now consider as classics. Rocksteady, the developer of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, was behind all the Batman Arkham games, arguably the best Batman game, nay, the best Batman content that we have ever gotten ever. Ubisoft, as much as I hate them, also used to make great games as well. Far Cry 3 revolutionized video game storytelling. Assassin's Creed Black Flag revolutionized battleship combat, and the original Assassin's Creed 1, was just an overall very good game. But now they just released the same game over and over again. I mean, you just look at Far Cry 6, it's a blatant copy of Far Cry 5, but Far Cry 5 is also a copy of Far Cry 4 with different setting. And Far Cry 4 is just a copy of Far Cry 3. They didn't change anything from Far Cry 3 to Far Cry 4. And even games that are outside of the Far Cry franchise are also copies of Far Cry 3. I mean, you just look at their newest game, Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora. It's just Far Cry 3 with a different setting, which take place in the world of Pandora and an overall better looking graphics. It's actually crazy to think about that these developers that used to make games that we considered as masterpieces are now making live service games whose sole purpose is to generate money and not quality. Now, a lot of gamers are kind of glad that the AAA industry is dying and are failing, but me personally, I don't. I honestly feel kind of sad because I know that they are capable of making great games. They used to make my childhood before they deteriorate. They have the money and the team to make masterpieces if they just put more effort and passion into their games instead of being greedy. Bethesda, arguably my favorite studio before they released a bunch of shitty games like Fallout 76, an MMORPG, live service garbage, and Starfield, which is just a big letdown, made Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, some of the best RPGs of our generation. Ubisoft, Rocksteady, Activision, and even a Rockstar. We don't talk about EA though, they never make good games. But I'm also very happy about where indie games are heading into the future. The majority of the most wishlisted games on Steam are indie games and AA games. Hades 2, Manor Lords, Frostpunk 2, Hollow Knight 2. Then we have the indie games that are already considered to be masterpieces like Stardew Valley, Hades, and Hollow Knight. I think 2024 and onward is going to be the golden age of indie games and AA games. I really hope that from the release of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League and Skull and Bones, the AAA industries will learn from their mistakes and realize that if they want to make money in the future in the gaming industry, they also have to release a video game that is worth the money. If you look at the gaming industry in 2023, arguably one of the best years in gaming, the best-selling game of that year is Hogwarts Legacy, a single-player game with no monetization and made over $1 billion in revenue. Baldur's Gate 3, my favorite game that was released last year, made $90 million because their game are worth the money. I mean, over 500 hours of content, who wouldn't buy that? Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Alan Wake 2, all the games that I mentioned have all one thing in common. First of all, they were released in 2023, and second of all, they don't have monetization in their games, yet they made the most money because their games are worth the money. By the way, if you haven't realized just yet, this is my first ever video on this channel. I just feel like talking about the current state of AAA games. I just really want to share my thoughts and opinions on the current state of AAA games. Now, if you like this type of content, I want to see more commentary videos of me talking about shit in the future, be sure to subscribe because I have a lot of content planned for the future. And if you like the video, drop a like if you feel like it. You don't have to though, but I really appreciate it if you do. Leave a comment as well. I mean, I would take every feedback and critics regarding this video with an open mind. I mean, I guess that's about it. See you all later.